Hi there. So this is an activity I use with my engineering students to introduce a range of techniques. I suppose it's the basics of surface modeling. It's how to use multiple planes in order to create an interesting and complex shape. Projecting from the center in order to avoid the issue of interaction with the shape and a curved surface. And then also something which I've only found out recently, which is projected curve, which I was very pleased with, which means you can draw on a simple shape on a plane and then project it onto a curved surface. And then you can start getting some complexity. So this is relatively straightforward, really, but my students quite enjoyed doing this. And I will put the link both to the basic structure of this in Onshape, and then I will get round to producing a guidance sheet as well, because it's very pleasing to start off with what we have here, and this is what I give to my students, which is like I suppose the bare bones or the skeleton of what this simple plane model is made of, and then building it up. And you can build it up in a relatively short space of time. Now, how you actually construct all of this, it's relatively straightforward. It looks quite complicated. It's multiple planes and then simple shapes, just circles for the most part. For the fuselage, we've got a kind of lopsided trapezium over here for the fin. And then if we look at these shapes here, these are just zoom in on this one. Which one is this? This is sketch 9. So just zoom in on that. So it's just a spline drawn and then mirrored, sketch mirror to make close contour, and then lofting them together. So setting this up is relatively straightforward, and I won't do that in this video. What I gave to my students was all of this ready to go. And I think they can make a lot more progress. So it's a good introductory activity. So we can zoom in, and we're going to go to loft. No, we're going to go to loft between this shape here, so not the point, this shape and this shape. And I would do that as an individual loft there. Thing about lofting multiple, I think did we do a solid or a surface? I think we'll do surface for now. And then we're going to loft this shape to this shape. And oh no, that's not going to work. I think we're going to have to do solid. Let's go back and do that. Let's go back to loft. We'll make that solid. There we go. Obviously, the fuselage won't be solid. Oh, there we go. Marvelous. We'll do that again. So go back to loft. This shape to this shape, and that's solid. There we go. Good. Yeah, so what you could do, when you're lofting, you can loft multiple shapes together, and we'll kind of see what this looks like. We go right to the end here and loft all of that, hopefully. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. It's a little bit bulgy. If we have multiple shapes lofted together, then what the software tries to do is to keep the curve as smooth as possible. Now, if we included the nose cone here, then this all kind of bulges out and looks a little bit odd. I think it's quite useful to do individual lofts in this case, and it straightens it out. And most fuselages of planes are actually quite boring. They're quite straight. So we can do a loft from here to here, and we could probably do all three of those together, and that looks about right. Good. So we've got the fuselage, the main body of the plane. That's all good. Okay, so how do we do the wings? The wings, so if you're trying to draw a shape onto a curved surface, there are ways to do that, but actually an easier way is to just draw the shape inside, and in this case on the right plane. So we're just going to draw, well, I've done this previously, I drew a spline and then mirrored it and then rotated it slightly using transform, so we get it's a bit more interesting. But if that shape's inside and we loft from there, so we have to locate where it is. So that is sketch 8 by the look of it. Okay, so if I loft from sketch 8, it's quite useful rather than trying to select the shapes with the cursor. It's really useful to use the menu over here. So if you just identify which sketch it is, so it's sketch 8, and then we can select it, and we don't need to worry about trying to pick it all with the cursor. And then we can see these clearly, so we can select this one to this one to this one. But, oops, it may be that you want that shape there. I think that looks a bit like a banana. I don't think airplane wings are quite like that. So I think it's useful here to do separate lofts. So here to here, and loft that. And you get these more, I suppose, dramatic changes or rapid changes rather than the curves. I think that looks a bit more realistic for a wing, and we could continue if we wanted to. So we can accept that sketch. As always, if we have a symmetrical situation, rather than redraw the whole thing, we can just go to a part mirror, I think it would be, part mirror. Rather than add, I'll go to new, then the entities, we can just select that entire thing. The mirror plane is going to be the central, in this case the right drawing plane, and that mirrors it, and that looks rather pleasing there. So we can accept that, that's good. So over here I've drawn this slightly lopsided trapezium, just using lines on the appropriate plane. That's quite straightforward to do. So we can select that, and we're going to do an extrude. You could do thicken, but if we're doing extrude, we go symmetric, so about the midpoint. I don't know what I did here, maybe 5 mils was it? Looks like a little bit skinny, maybe 15. Yeah, maybe 5 was right. Yeah, 5 looks about right. Good. And again, we could go to add. New would create a separate part, so add looks quite good. So we get our tail fin there, which is quite nice. And then these kind of side sections here. Again, I've drawn, if we find this one here, this is sketch 15. Let's click on N to look at that. So what I did was I drew a spline, and I just mirrored that about this central point. There we go. So again, we're going to do a loft. Rather than try and select that, if we just figure out where it was, what was it? There we go. Sketch 15. We're going to do add, I think. Let's go to sketch 15 again. Oh dear. Base to sketch 15 too. Oh dear, it's not like that at all. Solid add. Okay, it doesn't like the add. I'm not sure why. 15 to 6. Let's try that again. Solid add sketch 15. There we go. Oh, it doesn't like that at all. Loft. Why does it not like that? To sketch 18? Oh, there we go, there we go. Yeah, it was a bit slow then, I was getting worried. Okay, good. Once again, because we have the shape on the inside of the fuselage, the body of the plane, then we don't have to worry about all this complex curvature here. It will just sort all of that out for us. So that this is quite a nice way to do things. Okay, so again, we could do the part mirror, go up to the top here. Part mirror is going to be add again, so the entity should be, oh dear, maybe, right, in this case, actually, yeah, we do want, that's interesting. Sure, we can do loft. Oh no, it doesn't like this. Yeah, interesting. Okay, yeah, I just hadn't noticed that issue from previously. So part mirror, because we added this section to the whole thing, when we go to, because I want to add this, then the entities to mirror, I can't select this part on its own. It's the entire plane, which is not ideal, but it does actually work. And we should get that sectional there, and it has added it. So we should have one part. Always useful to check how many parts you've got, and also the colors will change as well. So what we've got from, yeah, fairly, I mean, clearly this plane will not fly. I don't think this is aerodynamically viable, but it looks like a plane. And from the point of view of the students who've never drawn anything this complex, they really enjoy this. It's a lovely little activity. So what we could do is add a winglet. We'll see, we're on 9 minutes. I think we can keep going. So this involves various things. I can go over here, click on the end of the wingtip, and I'm going to sketch on here. I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to make that a construction line from here to here. So we have a line there. I can accept that. And now we're going to draw a plane rather than just offset. We can add it, accept that. I think that works. Very good. I'm going to draw a plane. Where's my planes? Add a plane. And if you go to the drop-down menu, there's lots of different ways you can draw a plane. Line angle is pretty good. So we can select that line. And if I do, I think we've got 45 degrees. Let's see what that looks like. That's going the wrong way. We can just pull it round. Here we go. Pull that round to 100 degrees. Is that about right? Maybe a bit more. 105 degrees. Okay. So this is really useful. So we can create a plane anywhere really, but now I've created a plane which is at an angle to the wingtip, and I can select that and click on N. Oh, crikey, I don't know what view that is. I don't know where I've gone now. Let's try and find out where we are. Here we go. We're upside down. Goodness me. There we go. I think that's right. Will that click that? Oh dear. Yes, sometimes N works really well and sometimes it doesn't. Hopefully, there we go. Marvellous. So this is my new drawing plane, which can be a bit confusing because this is not the vertical plane. This is at a bit of an angle. But I can draw on here, so we'll do a sketch on here. We'll draw a line from here to here. What's the shape we're going to do? I don't know, something like this. A bit of a trapezium again. Okay, that's closed contour. Press escape to get out of that line drawing tool. And we've drawn a lovely trapezium at this angle, whatever that was, 105 degrees. So we can accept that, and then I can go to extrude, click on my new shape. Symmetric is quite good. Goodness me. Probably go to add again. That's way too thick, maybe 2 mils. Does that work? That's quite nice. There we go. So if we accept that, we can see that, there we go. And clearly it's not very smooth. We could tidy that up. But what we've added here is a lovely winglet, I believe the term's called, which looks a lot like a plane. And we could change the angle possibly and make it a bit smoother. And we could add a fillet as well to make the edges smooth. So that's all very pleasing. Just one final thing before we finish. So how you add complex features like windows and the pilots and the cockpit window. So what we'll do is, let's see, we will create a plane. We could probably do it on plane 2. So I'm going to select plane 2 and click on N. And I'm just going to draw a trapezium on plane 2. So let's draw, we should probably do a midpoint line. That'd be better. Midpoint line from here to here. Midpoint line is really useful. I've recently discovered that. So rather than drawing a line and then having to center it and worrying about where the middle is, you can just draw a midpoint line directly. And let's do one up here. That's quite nice. And then we can go back to normal line and connect here to here and here to here. So that should be symmetrical, hopefully. And we'll accept that. Okay, so I've drawn this trapezium shape, not where I want it to be, but on this 2-dimensional plane on plane 2. Right, so go to Search Tools. You'll go to Projected Curve. Well, that's not spelled like that. Oh, crikey. Projected Curve. Marvellous. Projected Curve. Curve to face is what we want. So the edges is hopefully we'll have to do all of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. The direction is the plane in which it's in. Hopefully. Oh, goodness me, it's not behaving itself. No, it's not behaving itself. Let's try again. Oh yeah, direction. Yeah, direction plane 2. And the target is the thing we want to throw it onto. So this is very pleasing indeed. So I've taken that 2-dimensional trapezium and basically thrown it or projected it onto a curved surface. So I've got now my, that isn't quite what I wanted. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it's not quite what I wanted, but okay, it looks, oh no, I think it is. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's see, let's accept that. There we go. Yeah, you can play around with the position and the size of that. Not sure how convincing that is, but this is a really useful technique to get, and then I could start doing things with this, maybe extruding it or removing a certain section and making it look a bit more realistic. So you could obviously do that on the right plane. You could put a circle for the windows and then do a linear sketch pattern all the way down. And you start getting something which begins to look convincingly, hopefully, like a plane. Yeah, so hopefully you found that useful. I will put a link to my Onshape version of this, so you can use that with your students or just for yourself. I will make a guidance document and then create a link for it as well, and I'll get that done fairly soon. So hopefully you found this useful. See you next time.